To start off, you'll place your sew-in cup on top of the power mesh and sew around the outside. Before sewing, you might want to hold it up to your body, make sure that the cup aligns right where you want it. Next, you'll flip the power mesh over to the opposite side and place the remaining sewing cup where it belongs. So the cups will be facing on opposite sides in opposite directions. Next, you'll place the power mesh lining on the wrong side of one of your front pieces and baste the two layers together. I like to lower the tension in my sewing machine and use a long straight stitch to baste them. Next, you'll attach one back shoulder to one of the front pieces at the shoulder. With the remaining front and back pieces, you're going to pin the opposite shoulder. So make sure you're creating mirrored images here. Then we'll place both of the front and back pieces together with right sides touching. You'll pin along the shoulder seam that was sewn around each of the armhole openings, around the neckline, stopping at the open shoulder, and leaving the bottom edge of both the front and the backs unsewn. So again, remember to sew along the arm curves and the necklines, leaving the bottom and the open shoulders left unsewn. Reaching through at the shoulder, you'll gently turn this right side facing out, being careful not to pull too hard or pop any stitches here, but just take your time and ease the sports bra right side facing out. I like to use the steam feature of my iron to kind of iron out all these seams and get them nice and flat before moving on to the next step. Once we have it nice and flat and turned right side out, you'll create the twist by just flipping the back bodice up and away from the front bodice. We'll sew the open shoulder by turning the back shoulder wrong side out and carefully keeping everything intact so you don't want to lose the twist in the front. You'll slide the front shoulder inside of the back shoulder, aligning that open raw edge, pin it in place, and sew it up. Once you've sewn across the shoulder, you'll kind of gently pull the back bodice away from the front, and you'll see that the shoulder is now attached and the front twist should still be there. Now we'll enclose the side seams. So just take the back towards the front, matching up right sides together. Take a moment to ensure that the underarm seam aligns as well. You can press the seam allowance off to one side in each direction to make that seam a little bit more flat. And then you'll align all the way down to the bottom of the sports bra. You'll repeat this for the other side as well, just making sure that the twist stays intact the entire time. We'll set the top portion aside and start to work on our bottom band. You'll sew the band to create a loop and then fold it in half with wrong sides touching. You can iron that flat to create a memory crease. Open the band back up and you'll turn the top edge over with wrong sides touching to again create another memory crease. Folding the band along the sewn edge, you'll find the halfway point and then align those halfway points to find the quarter point. This should also be marked on the pattern piece, but in case you matched sizes, this is the best way I found to do your quarter points. We'll repeat that same process with the top. You can start by aligning the side seams, and that will help you to find your back center point. You can mark that with a clip. And then when you turn your sports bra facing up, you want to make sure that you are mindful of the gap as noted in the pattern per the size that you're sewing. And then once you create that gap and measure it out, you can find the quarter points of the bottom edge there, marking with a clip. Now we'll attach the bottom band to the wrong side of your sports bra. And if you're using the same fabric on all the sides, this doesn't really matter that much. You'll align all the quarter points and then fill in with some more clips there just to keep all of the layers nice and sorted. Take special care when you are clipping the front center of your sports bra. You want to make sure that that gap stays intact and it doesn't get pulled too tight. So to attach the bottom band to the bottom of the sports bra, making sure to keep all the layers sorted and straight. And for our last step, we will pull the bottom band out and away from the top and then refold it along that halfway memory crease we previously created. And then also refold that initial hem crease that we created as well. So this is a little bit of a time consuming task, but take your time and just make sure that the band doesn't get twisted. So you want to keep it nice and aligned the entire way across. The memory fold should just cover over your stitch line, so your stitches won't be visible from the outside of your sports bra. And that was our final step. So you have now created your first Tessa twist top. Thank you.